Hey, what's up? Today I wanted to talk to you guys about flower essences, what they are, how they work, where they come from, all things me, right? So, let's just jump right in, right? So, flower essences are a form of vibrational healing, which means that they work through our various energy systems. They're flower extracts that are generally taken orally, and they're used to address any deep issues of emotional well-being, soul development, or like mind body health. So flower essences impact, it's like it's comparable to like what we may experience if we were to hear like a really moving piece of music, or uh, seeing like some really inspirational piece of art, right? So they have this like subtle power because they embody they embody the energetic life forces of the specific flower, like whatever that flower essence is, right? So it embodies this energetic life force of this flower, and that resonates with and awakens certain aspects and qualities within, our souls. It gets deep. Okay. So yeah. So how do they work? It's okay. So we were saying that they're vibrational healing. Um, yeah, so they're a form of vibrational healing, and they work through our various energy systems. So our energy systems are commonly referred to as our auras, right? And our auras are located just beyond our physical bodies, and they are invisible to most people. There are some people, right, who have that gift, but yeah, so our auras are made up of four layers. It's the etheric level, the emotional level, mental level, and the transpersonal level. So these levels work together at different frequencies and are said to encompass all of the personalities, levels of consciousness, and experience. So, how are they made? So, flower essences are usually prepared through sun infusion of either wildflowers, or you could use, it could be like a high quality garden grown flower placed in a bowl of water, right? And then this sun infused blossom water is then diluted, potentized, and preserved with brandy. Some people have an issue with the alcohol, but it's really heavily diluted, and especially if you're taking it straight from the mother tincture. Just show you one of the bottles. They're like little bottles like this. This says that it contains about approximately 27% of the grape alcohol. So that, and then you're literally taking drops. Like this suggests 2 drops when it comes from the mother tincture. If you're taking a combination that's been created from the mother tincture, that is mostly water, a small amount of brandy, and a few drops. So then it's even more heavily diluted, right? It's a very small amount of alcohol, but there are some out there that don't use alcohol with batch flower remedies. I did have a difficult time finding flowers other than the rescue remedy that didn't have alcohol in them. But other alternatives. These aren't the only flower essences, right? There are other ones out there, and you can make your own. That's also an option, right? So yeah. So how they're made. Okay, so basically, the life force is like extracted from the flower and then imprinted within the water. And what I think is a really good example for how this vibrational resonance between the water and the flower, um, how it, a better way to understand it is a holographic photo, right? So the holographic photograph is made up of these light wave patterns, right? Okay, so the light wave patterns are, what am I trying to say? Okay, so they're made up of these light wave patterns. And so any portion, right, of the pattern contains information from the whole. And it could be used to recreate the original three-dimensional photograph, right? Or image, whatever. So we could basically describe the water containing the blossoms as like receiving a kind of holographic photo from the flowers, like, excuse me, from the flower's essential qualities. So each drop contains the whole configuration of the flower's life force within it, right? And so as the flower essences are diluted, basically the physical substance of the infusion is reduced, like so much so to the point where like it's no longer even biochemically significant, right? Meaning it doesn't even affect in any way our chemical processes. But still, like the full message of the flower essence remains in every drop that we consume. And speaking of consume, I don't know if I mentioned this about when I talked about how they work, but yeah, so the drops are usually taken orally, and it's suggested. I was saying that 2 drops if you're taking it from the mother tincture, but if you are creating a combination, like a mixture, then you would do 4 drops, right? And they would say the 4 to 2 or 2 to 4 drops 4 times a day, and you can put in your water, tea. Um, I've even heard you could put in your wine, beer. Like I suggest I put it in everything. If I'm taking them, usually I carry like a water bottle. So I put it in my water bottle and I'm sipping that all day. And if I have anything else, I have juice, tea, then I'll go ahead and put my drops right into that. And I don't really limit myself. I kind of just go in what they would call overdosing. I just go in. But I guess it would be to err on the side of caution because, again, they are addressing deep emotional and spiritual, mental disharmonies and whatnot. So, okay, let me take a step back. Okay, so it's more based on quantity. I'm sorry, it's not based on quantity. It's based on frequency. So to say, okay, so it says to take 4 drops. If you were to decide I'm going to take 6 drops or 10 drops, that's not going to really do anything for you because, again, it's frequency. So taking it more frequent throughout the day is going to really speed up the process. So again, use your discernment. That's something to really be aware of because bringing these things to the surface for some, doing that at a rapid pace, may not be ideal. So you may want to stick to that 4 times a day or, but if you want to see quick results, overdosing is an option, right? Okay, so where do they come from? We talked about the holographic photo. I love that example. Um, I love these flower essences. Okay, they're just so special, I swear. So, okay, anyways, back to where did they come from? So flower essences are an ancient healing modality, but the modern use of them for like specific emotions and attitudes was developed by Dr. Edward Batch, a English physician in the 1930s. So, um, so like Batch, he believed that eventually healing would move from the like physical domain of focusing on treating physical ailments through physical means, right? that it would move from that to the mental, to healing mental and spiritually. Okay. Yes. So move to mental and spiritual healing. So in doing this, he believed that the underlying cause of disease could really be eradicated if harmony between the mind and the soul could be achieved, right? So, and then once that's achieved, then use the physical means and or methods to treat the body, right? And so, really that's what I'm doing on this channel. I look at emotional causes, we could say possible emotional causes for physical ailments, as well as a lot of other things I plan to look at. But I do that and I create combinations and lists of flowers that could assist with other ailments, mental, spiritual, physical, whatever. And so I don't know if I'm just having this moment right now, but it's really in line with what Dr. Batch intended, right? So that's really dope. But yeah, so he intended for flower essences to be simple and safe, that we can just use it at home to treat ourselves, our families. You can use it for children, even pets, right? And so, yeah, um, on this channel, that's really what I want to do, is to help it become more accessible and easy for us to use at home. Yeah. So, like, now I'm talking about the channel. So, let me show you this. I can pick it up. This is the practitioner set of the Batch Flower Remedies. There are 37 of them. So, first, I'd like to start out exploring the Batch Flower Remedies and how we can utilize this line of flower essences to further our development, mental, spiritual, physical, emotional. And then later, I hope to look at other really popular lines like the Australian bush flower essences and the Hawaiian flower essences. So, yeah, so come hang out with me. I'm calling it the HIY, Heal It Yourself, the DIY of healing. And yeah, so really the main thing to really take away, well, not really the main thing to take away all of it. It was all good, I think. But it's important, to, if you want to be successful in choosing the appropriate flower essences for yourself, you really have to be like radically honest with yourself, open, and just radically honest and open with yourself about yourself, right? And that's not always easy. But if you can do that, then you can do anything. All right, so that pretty much does it. I want to hear from you. What do you think? Would you try flower essences? Have you tried flower essences? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.